turning your GitHub profile from this to this. And I'm going to explain the reason why and how to do it in this video. Hello viewers, I'm Chris, I'm a cloud engineer, and today we're going to be looking at how to level up your GitHub profile. So before I jump into the how we do and the show and tell, I'm just going to explain to you a few of the benefits of actually doing this to your GitHub and adding this profile that really sort of represents you and your journey, your career, and the direction that you want to go. Now, I didn't know this was a thing. I've been using GitHub for a few years now, and I'd never come across it. I came across it a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, this makes total sense. Like, why isn't everybody doing this? But it's just one of them things where there's so much technology and stuff around that even when you use something on a day-to-day, there's lots of tips and tricks that we're just not using in our daily work. I probably spent a good sort of like half hour, 45 minutes playing around with it so that the content that's in my profile reflects me as an engineer, the tools I use, and things I'm interested in. Because at the end of the day, this is a bit of fun. This is not like a LinkedIn, a very corporate professional profile. This is your developer, coder. This is you. This is how you represent yourself on GitHub. You might not be surprised to know that actually when recruiters are, reviewing your profiles and after you've sent in the CV, they might just do a quick search on GitHub, because if you're going for a coding interview, whether it be like a cloud-based or front-end or back-end, 9 times out of 10 they would expect you to have some kind of portfolio of your code. At all stages of your career, whether it be, you're just getting into it as a junior, you're demonstrating the projects that you've practiced on, or as a long-term engineer and demonstrating, your contribution to open source projects, or just where you've documented things that you've learned over your many years of experience. So there's a lot of benefits to having a very clean, easy to find, easy to understand GitHub profile. At the end of the day, in this ever-growing sort of time that we're in, especially with the introduction of AI and all the tools that AI are providing, being able to demonstrate that you are on the continuous learning path rather than the I've learned it, I'm not going to learn any more than what I need to learn. That's what people are looking for now. Employers are looking for people that can hit the ground running and then keep learning, bring in new technology, test new technology. They don't want a static engineer. They want something that's going to move with the times and bring the company with them. By investing the time in a strong technical profile on GitHub, you're showcasing your code, your skills, and your ability to learn in an ever-changing world that we live in and the pace that it's growing currently. Okay, so we're going to take this from the beginning. So if you haven't got a GitHub account set up, let's set one up. So I'm going to create a new one for the purposes of this video, so I'm going to run through the whole thing step by step with you. You can skip this if you already have an account set up. I'll put the timestamp down below. Okay, so very simple. You're going to add an email address, password, and a username. Of course, there needs to be a valid username, one that's not currently being used. This will then become your tag, your GitHub handle going forward. So when people want to know who you are, this is what you provide. Oh, okay. Use the arrows to change the number of objects until it matches the images on the left. 0 times eyes. So what, no eyes? So that one then. Oh, okay, cool. I have not done this verification in a very long time. 3 times men. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 men. And give it to GitHub to come up with a new way of doing things. 3 boats. Okay, so once you've gone through the verification steps, you will have received a verification code to the email that you set up. I've just added mine now. How many team? It's just me, and I am neither a teacher or a student. Let's just go with, for me, it's all about this, and this. Obviously, click what applies to you. Okay, this is just trying to update, upgrade your account to see if you need to go for teams. And as we're only building a personal account, you should be perfectly fine with just the free version. I mean, the amount of stuff you get is perfectly fine. And that is it. Our account is now set up. So step one, for those that haven't had an account set up, is done. So we've gone in, we've signed up, we've added an email, we've verified it, and now we're here. Okay, now with your account set up, we're going to make our first README directory. So we're going to make this a public repo, and we're going to name it the same as our GitHub handle. So for me, that's Matchroom89 demo, if I could spell. And we go create that repo. Once created, we're in a position to clone it into our IDE. I'll be using Visual Studio Code. First thing we need to do is authenticate into GitHub if you haven't already do so. I use the GitHub CLI, which you can install using Homebrew if you have a Mac. Brew. As you see it, I've already got it installed. And with that installed, we can now use auth login. This is going to authenticate our IDE into GitHub through the web browser through HTTPS. Just follow the on-screen prompts. It's very straightforward. And with that, we're authenticated. So go back, take a copy of the URL to your newly created repo, and git clone. There we go, and we now have our repo listed here. So once we're inside here and we've got a clone of it, we're going to create our README. So we go do touch readme.md because it's a markdown file, and our file's there. Now at this point we can start populating this with information about ourselves. Now this is very much a bespoke about you sort of situation. So mine consists of mainly, I'm a cloud engineer. I'm interested in these are my achievements. That sort of deal. Once you've kind of got that, you can then add some additional cool stuff. Now here's a demo of my current README in my live. Now we can open this in preview in Visual Studio Code, and you can see what it looks like. And if we go side by side, it'll be even better. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. A lot of this, 100% I've taken from other repos and manipulated to then suit me. So I'm going to share that with you as well. As some bright spark has put together a list of great, awesome profile READMEs. Now, I'll put a link to this down below. It is fantastic, and it is literally what it says on the tin. It is a list of different READMEs with different categories. So you got this guy, Tim Bergen. He's got Game of Chess. Don't know if you can actually play. You can actually play this, I think. Can you play this? Short term, move a solid black piece. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know how that works, but that's very cool. So this guy's got a game on here. That's pretty cool. I might come back to that and have a look. And let's have a look at this. Jonathan Jin. There's another one. He's playing the game. No idea how to play this game either. Raymond Lee. What's his upload? So here you go. So he's got a nice graphic at the top. He's got some information about me, what I'm up to, latest activity, nice font, nice links. You know, this is just, it really gives a better overview of this person rather than just a basic README. Oh, okay, cool. It was just hidden. It's a bit sneaky. Again, what I do, technologies I'm engaged with, what I'm currently learning. I mean, you start to get it, right? So all you need to do is to get involved is pick one, say, oh, I kind of like this. Go, yeah, quite like, oh, I like this bit and I like this bit. And, you know, get a clone of it. So we're going to go up one, I'm going to go get clone. Right, and there we go, I've got a clone of her repo now. I can go in here, have a look at her README and say, yeah, I like, which bit do I like? Which bit do I like? I like this bit at the end where she's got it. Where was it? It's a body, div, break. So I could take this, I could slam it in my README, and then there you go, there it is. I mean, she's pulled this image from another source. You can of course update it to any source you want. What else we got? The other cool thing that this repo contains, as well as a lot of examples, is links to other tools, right? So here we go, we got visitor badge, which is going to show you literally what it looks like. It's going to count the visitors, and this is how to input it into your profile. We've got profile activity generator, makes this cool graphic. We've got README generator. Yeah, very cool. Now this is an actual README generator tool. There's no two ways about it. This is a fantastic tool. There's one here somewhere for icons. I'm sure there is. Okay, so here it is. This is one of the links that I'm going to be sharing. This is skill icons. Very straightforward. Gives you an example, the skill, and what the graphic is going to look like. You know, you fill it up, and eventually you're going to have a profile that is going to look, you know, good. Now, there's no two ways about it. Full on here, you can tell everything about me. I'm a little bit into my anime. I'm a little bit of a nerd. And, you know, I like playing with Grafana, Bash, Google Cloud, Kubernetes, Terraform, and Visual Studio Code. They're my go-to tools. This is my most used language, as you can see, mainly Terraform. I've got a couple of links there. I might update this and put my the LinkedIn icons in there as well. Well, that about sums it up. Now you can go back and you can revisit these steps to update your profile even more if you've been following along. You can add additional stuff. All the links and pages that I visited in the video I'll link down below in the description. Please do leave a comment for anything that I've missed or anything that I could have added to this. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.